Do you ever feel a nagging pain on your right side? Or a fatigue that sleep just won't fix? These could be more than just signs of getting older. Today, we're talking about the 19 signs of fatty liver disease, a silent threat. Is it dangerous? What do you feel when your liver has too much fat? We'll cover the warning signs that the fat in your liver is a serious concern, and, most importantly, what you can do to get rid of this fat before it's too late. This disease is growing worldwide. In the 90s, it was rare, but today it is very common, even in children. In the United States, over 30% of adults over 35 have it. For those of us over 60, some studies show that number climbs to nearly 40%. This is a clear warning that our risk increases with age. For one man, those were the first quiet whispers that his liver was in serious trouble. He was able to turn it all around, and later in this video, I'll tell you exactly how he did it. Because if you don't treat this, your liver can get scarred, develop cirrhosis, and even cancer. Cirrhosis is one of the main reasons for liver transplants in the world. The good news is that your liver is an amazing organ that can completely regenerate itself, but only up to a certain point. By knowing the signs, you can prevent the disease from getting worse, and you can even reverse it, leaving your liver clean. We'll also talk about the single food that is the main cause of this fat in the liver, and I'll show you that the best remedies for a fatty liver might be in your kitchen, not in the pharmacy. Before we get started, if you want to take control of your health, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more essential tips that could change your life. Many people are surprised to learn they have a fatty liver during a routine ultrasound or blood test. But if you've discovered you have this problem, don't despair. In the early stages, it's possible to completely reverse the condition. 6 early warning signs. 1. Fatigue. This was the first thing John noticed. It's not just being tired, it's a deep, persistent state of fatigue because a fatty liver struggles to generate energy for your body. 2. Stomach pain or heartburn. This can feel like a burning sensation from your chest to your throat, belching, or a constant feeling of a full stomach. 3. Excess gas. An excessive, uncomfortable accumulation of gas is common, likely caused by changes to your gut health linked to the liver. 4th, pain on the right side of your abdomen. This feels like a nagging discomfort or a heavy feeling under your ribs on the right side, which is where your liver is located. 5. Loss of appetite. A struggling liver can affect the hormones that regulate hunger, making you feel less interested in food. 6. Nausea. When the liver can't filter toxins properly, they build up in the blood, which can make you feel sick to your stomach. 13. More serious, late-stage symptoms. If the condition progresses, you might see more severe signs. Itching all over the body, especially on the palms of the hands, caused by a buildup of bile salts in the blood. Jaundice, yellow skin and eyes. This happens when the liver can't process bilirubin, a yellow pigment from old red blood cells. Pale stools. Stools lose their color because the liver isn't producing the bile salts needed to make them brown. Dark urine. Urine can become dark, like the color of cola, because excess bilirubin is being released into the bloodstream and filtered by the kidneys. Red spots on the skin or easy bruising. This can be a sign the liver isn't producing the essential proteins needed for blood clotting. Spider veins. Small, spider-like blood vessels appear on the skin, often due to a hormone imbalance caused by the liver damage. Enlarged breast tissue in men, gynecomastia. This also reflects how a fatty liver can throw your body's hormones out of balance. Red palms, palmar erythema. The palms of the hands become reddish due to the widening of blood vessels. Night blindness. This can happen from a poor absorption of vitamin A, which is essential for vision in low light. White nails, leukonychia. This is a small clue on the outside about a big problem on the inside. When the sick liver doesn't make enough proteins, circulation is affected, causing nails to look pale or white. Swelling in the legs and ankles. When the liver can't make enough of a protein called albumin, fluid can leak from blood vessels and cause swelling. Abdominal swelling. This is a specific and more severe form of the fluid retention that causes swelling in the legs and ankles. Ascites is the buildup of fluid in the space between the lining of the abdomen and the organs, causing the belly to become very swollen and distended. Brain fog. This is one of the most serious signs of a failing liver and involves neurological symptoms. It can range from mild brain fog, forgetfulness, and mood changes to severe confusion, slurred speech, and extreme drowsiness. Why? One of the liver's most critical jobs is to act as a filter, detoxifying your blood. When your liver fails, it can no longer remove harmful substances effectively. A key toxin is ammonia, which is a byproduct of protein digestion. When the liver can't process ammonia, it builds up in the bloodstream, travels to the brain, and disrupts normal brain function. This interference is what causes the symptoms of hepatic encephalopathy, and it's a clear sign that the liver's detoxification system is failing. What to do to reverse the fat in your liver? 1. Avoid alcohol. Alcohol damages liver cells and is a direct cause of fat accumulation. Cutting back or stopping completely is essential. 2. You have to exercise. This is where John started his journey back to health. He didn't sign up for a marathon, he just committed to walking. He started taking a 30-minute walk every morning, aiming for at least 150 minutes per week. 3. Lose weight. This is crucial. Losing just 5% of your body weight can reduce the fat in your liver by up to 30%. For a 200-pound person, that's just 10 pounds for a massive health benefit. 4. Change your diet. Often, an unhealthy diet is the primary reason for fat in the liver, and a balanced diet is the key to reversing it. Foods to avoid and foods to eat. The number one food to avoid: fructose. Unlike other sugars, like glucose, which can be used for energy by any cell in your body, fructose is almost exclusively processed by the liver. Would you consume too much fructose, especially quickly in liquid form like soda, you completely overwhelm the liver's capacity. The liver has no choice but to convert this fructose into fat through a process called de novo lipogenesis, which literally means making new fat. This is the most direct and rapid way to create fat deposits in the liver. A well-known study in the Journal of Clinical Investigation found that subjects who consumed high fructose beverages for just 2 weeks saw a 38% increase in new liver fat compared to those consuming glucose-sweetened drinks. The study concluded that fructose specifically promotes fat production and storage in the liver. Some studies suggest that daily consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages is associated with a 56% higher risk of developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, AFLD. This is the John scenario. A person drinking 2 to 3 cans of soda or large glasses of sweetened juice daily is delivering a massive fructose load directly to their liver. Their liver enzymes ALT and AST, which are markers of liver distress, often become elevated within months. Removing these drinks is the single fastest way to reduce that burden. 2. Added sugar, refined wheat, white bread, pasta, crackers, and processed foods. These foods have a high glycemic index, meaning they break down into sugar very quickly in your bloodstream. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, forcing your pancreas to release a large amount of insulin. Over time, your body's cells start ignoring the insulin signal, a condition called insulin resistance. When this happens, your liver doesn't get the message to stop producing sugar and fat, leading to a continuous cycle of fat accumulation. Ultra-processed foods also contain additives and unhealthy fats that can directly promote liver inflammation. A major 2017 study on the Mediterranean diet showed that individuals with NAFLD who reduced their intake of processed foods and refined carbohydrates saw significant reductions in liver fat, even without major weight loss. The improvement was linked to increased insulin sensitivity. Someone whose diet relies heavily on fast food, pastries, white bread sandwiches, and packaged snacks often develops both obesity and fatty liver disease. Their body is in a constant state of high insulin and inflammation, which are key drivers of the disease. 3. Inflammatory vegetable oils, high in omega-6. Your body needs a healthy balance of omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s found in fish flaxseed are anti-inflammatory. Many common vegetable oils, soybean, corn, sunflower, are extremely high in omega-6, which is pro-inflammatory when consumed in excess. The typical modern diet has an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of around 20:1, when it should be closer to 2:1. This imbalance creates a state of chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout the body, including the liver, which worsens liver damage. Animal studies have shown that diets with a high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio directly lead to more severe liver inflammation and fibrosis, scarring, in fatty liver disease. Human studies link higher omega-6 consumption with higher levels of inflammatory markers. Foods to eat. The why and the research. 1. Fruits, especially avocado, and cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower. Avocados are rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, which can reduce inflammation. Critically, they also help the body produce glutathione, which is often called the body's master antioxidant. Your liver uses glutathione to neutralize toxins and free radicals, protecting it from damage. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli contain a powerful compound called sulforaphane. Research shows sulforaphane helps protect the liver by reducing oxidative stress and inflammation, and it may even help slow the progression of liver damage. One Japanese study found that men who ate more cruciferous vegetables had lower levels of liver enzymes, suggesting better liver health. While large-scale human trials are ongoing, the evidence for the protective effects of these plant compounds is very strong. 2. Whole grains, oat bran, flaxseed, chia. The key is soluble fiber. Fiber slows down digestion, which prevents the rapid blood sugar and insulin spikes that contribute to fat storage. It also promotes a feeling of fullness, helping with weight management, and feeds beneficial gut bacteria, which play a role in reducing liver inflammation. A clinical trial published in Hepatology found that patients with NAFLD who increased their intake of high-fiber whole grains had significant improvements in liver enzyme levels and a reduction in inflammatory markers compared to a control group. 3. Olive oil, extra virgin. As a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, extra virgin olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, oleic acid, and powerful antioxidants called polyphenols. These compounds work together to reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and decrease the accumulation of fat in the liver. A 2021 meta-analysis of multiple studies concluded that higher olive oil consumption is significantly associated with a lower prevalence of fatty liver disease. It's considered a key therapeutic food for managing the condition. In some studies, adding just 2 to 3 tablespoons a day was enough to see benefits. 4th, turmeric with black pepper. The active compound in turmeric is curcumin, one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatories ever studied. It directly targets the inflammatory pathways that cause damage in a fatty liver. However, curcumin is poorly absorbed by the body on its own. A compound in black pepper called piperine can increase its absorption by up to 2,000%. Research. A meta-analysis of several randomized controlled trials published in 2021 found that curcumin supplementation led to a significant reduction in liver fat, as seen on ultrasound, and a significant drop in the liver enzymes ALT and AST in patients with NAFLD. 5. Coffee. This is one of the most well-researched recommendations. The compounds in coffee, including, but not limited to, caffeine, appear to protect the liver by reducing inflammation and slowing down the development of scar tissue, fibrosis. It seems to activate pathways that help the liver dispose of fat and protect itself from damage. Research. A large review by the World Health Organization looked at over 1,000 studies and concluded that regular coffee consumption is associated with a significantly lower risk of developing cirrhosis. Percentage. Some studies have found that drinking 2 or more cups of coffee per day is associated with a 44% lower risk of developing liver cirrhosis and may even slow the progression of the disease in those who already have it. If you have fatty liver, follow these steps. Think about John. After just 6 months of walking daily, cutting out soda, and adding more vegetables and olive oil to his meals, his doctor was amazed. His follow-up tests showed a huge improvement, his energy was back, and that nagging pain was gone. He didn't need a miracle pill. He found his cure in simple, powerful choices. Thank you for watching.